Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. This is Twinning with Rice and Cookie. I'm Rice.
And I'm Cookie, and today we are playing more of Fire Emblem, the Sacred Stones. Ooh.
Yes, the Sacred Stones. And now we know that the bracelet isn't the stone, it's just the way to get to the stones.
Yes. So it's still important, but not quite as important as we had thought.
Yeah, we were giving it way too much credit.
Yeah.
Why is this being annoying? Oh, duh. I'm setting up the stream chat so that I can see it a little better.
I see.
Well, how's your week going so far, Cookie?
Well, so since we last talked, I've been like so busy. I don't know about you.
Really? So, I mean, I've been busy just doing research for myself. But yeah. Why are you so busy?
Well, so I was busy first on Saturday. Well, because we were doing that whole homestead challenge thing. And yes. I had decided that I was going to plant some herbs in containers, like just indoors. But I had to rearrange the bedroom so that they could, like, I could have the herbs sitting on my desk by the window. So I had to totally rearrange the bedroom, and in the process, I had to totally clean everything. So that was Saturday. And then also, I just found out that our older sister is going to have a baby. Mm-hmm. So because of that, she was kind of like, because I was like, oh, I would like to make something for the baby, but like, you know, our sister, she does a lot of sewing. I'm like, but like, I'm sure. I was like, of course you're going to make, I was like, you're going to make tons of stuff for the baby. So I'm like, what is there for me to make? And so then she said, you know, I don't really quilt. And so I was like, okay, so I'm going to make a quilt. And, but the thing is like, I don't have like any of the supplies. Like everyone online's like, oh, you got to get one of those rotary cutters and you got to have one of the cutting mats. And so I've been looking into buying those things, but it's all really expensive. So I'm like, can I get it used anywhere? You know, reduce, reuse.
Right.
So
yeah, our older sister, because she has a rotary, we bought it for her.
We did, remember? Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, well, we were agents
for our mom, we were buying it. Yeah. For Christmas.
Right. But yeah, I remember going to Joann Fabrics and picking it out. In Columbus, and it was a way bigger Joann Fabrics.
Wasn't it Columbus? I didn't remember where we were. I just knew we were buying it. Yeah.
We were in Columbus.
Yeah,
well,
so
you're so looking... good. I didn't offer to do anything. I just said congratulations.
So, well, because the thing is, like, our sister, well, we call her Cupcake. Okay, so Cupcake makes things for like everybody's babies, and I'm like. So I just felt like so obligated. Like I have to make, I've never made anything for anyone's babies. And I'm like, I got to make something for your baby. So.
Well, I did get crocheting stuff for Christmas last year. So, and I had like a mini lesson from one of my sister-in-laws. Mm-hmm. So like I could crochet something, but it's like, well, would I want to crochet like a hat or
that would be cute.
Sweater?
You should do a hat.
Well, the thing is, so I only have two different kinds of yarn. One is a multicolor, and it's like a thicker yarn. The other yarn is much thinner, and I only have pink.
Hopefully it's a girl.
Well, so I could do the
who cares?
I could do the multicolor, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not very good. Like I only know the basic stitch. Like I don't know how to actually make anything out of it.
Yeah.
So maybe
it's the thought that counts. Of course, like it'd be nice if it turned out, but
maybe I should give that sister-in-law a call and be like, "Hey, I need like real instruction now. So how about?"
Yeah, I reached out to one of my aunts-in-law because she like for everyone's like wedding gifts, she makes them a quilt kind of thing. Like that's her thing. So I reached out to her. I'm like, hey, like I'm planning to make this quilt, and I was like, any tips? Like so I've made like two quilts. One is my t-shirt blanket, which doesn't really count as a quilt, I don't think, because there's no like stuffing in it.
That's the only one I've done, but it was a huge pain in the butt, and I never want to do one again.
Didn't you do the quilt for your bedroom? Because I did the quilt for my bedroom.
That's the only one I did.
Yeah. So I feel like that one
I guess
counts. But like, it's mostly Mom guided me through it.
True. You're right. I did forget about that. So I did my t-shirt blanket and then the quilt for my bed.
Yeah. So I was like, but I want to make like a nice one. So, I mean, granted, like the one growing up, like that one's pretty nice.
Are you going to do interesting shapes, like not just squares?
I was thinking I might just do like big squares and maybe some smaller squares, maybe some rectangles. I don't know. I don't have a plan yet.
Oh, that'd be fun.
There's like patterns online and some of them are really intricate. I'm like, well, I don't want to overwhelm myself. But at the same time, I don't want it to just be the same size square all over the place. That's so boring.
Right. So, Ogre's here. How you doing, Grills? Hope you're okay. Yep, we're doing all right.
We're doing good. Pretty much same old.
Yeah.
As far as coronavirus, stay inside all the time goes. I'm same old, yeah.
I'm same old too. But yeah, last weekend we did absolutely nothing.
Hey, but that's nice.
I mean, I read more of Under the Tuscan Sun, so update. There's like 600 pages, and I'm on page like 550. Like, I'm getting close to being done. Which, as I said, for a book that's really about nothing, I think that's, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if I would really recommend it to anybody unless they were like really interested in Italy.
Okay.
Because parts of it are interesting, and then other parts I'm like, or I guess if you were really into like doing old home remodels or something.
Yeah.
Then it might be interesting, but I don't know, it's fine. And they actually have recipes in there.
Okay. That's
like
cool.
She has summer, like a whole chapter is just summer recipes, and then a whole chapter is winter recipes based on what's in season.
Okay.
In Tuscany.
Yeah.
But like the food all sounded really good. Like pesto and lots of fruits and figs and olive oil.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I just love eating.
And basil. They use a lot of basil and lemon.
Yeah, well, I want to talk to you more about my herb garden, actually, now that you're talking about all these herbs. So, Ogre said that you read books? Because they read audiobooks.
So, Ogre, they're not completely old school because since the library is closed, I can't get a physical book. So I've been reading them on my phone. Like, you have an option of using your phone or using a Kindle, and I don't have a Kindle, so I've been using my phone to read. But I much prefer the physical book because then it doesn't tire your eyes out so much.
Yeah.
Because there was one day I was trying to read it in the dark and my eyes started watering because, it was all bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Heaven's Fury's hosting. Thanks, Heaven's Fury.
Thank you, Heaven's Fury. I've been reading more of Gone with the Wind. As you know, I read one chapter a day. I'm like really close to the end. I think I told you the book is falling apart. So like it was divided into numerous like pamphlets.
Okay.
So I'm on the last like pamphlet now. So it's like actually I've got the actual book like with the binding and stuff. I think I've got like 200 pages left. I think there's like 1,000 or 1,100 or something.
Wow.
So I'm getting close. But one chapter a day, like it's still gonna take me like another week or something.
Yeah, but still progress.
Yeah.
And a couple of my books that I have holds on, they're gonna come soon. So Heartless and shoot, I forgot what the other one's called. But some other mystery book.
Okay.
I have holds on. But yeah, because as I've been reading Under the Tuscan Sun, they're like, oh, your hold is now available. Do you want it? And so I keep delaying it because I'm like, no, I'm still reading this book.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Trying to decide who to take with us.
Actually, I can look up what the other book is called. I was going to hold the first book in the Witcher series, but then See Tiger's like, why bother? I bought it off Amazon. And I'm like, but I was going to read the one from the library.
Yeah.
Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yes, that one.
So that one became available, but I postponed it. So, and that's actually probably the next book I'm going to read. I have no idea what it's about. I just know that it was, popular. So we'll see. Ogre says Gone with the Wind. My mom always talked about how much she loved it.
Yeah, this is my first time reading it, and it's actually my mother-in-law's favorite book. So she used to read it every single summer when she was a girl, and so it's like,
wow,
that's how I feel with Harry Potter books. But so she always just read Gone with the Wind every summer, so that's why it's so beaten up. And then she gives it to
it's her copy.
Yeah, and then she's given it to like all of the different like in-laws, whether they're from like cousins or what, but like. So this book has been read by so many people. I'm going to get it rebound, though, because like I said, it's in horrible shape, and it's going to be like my little gift. Like, here you go. It's.
How do you get it rebound? Are you going to take
I saw there's a shop here, like in the city that does. I mean, I'm sure they're like in a lot of cities. So you just go and like I think they said they charge like a minimum of $35, but I'm like, this book is so beloved. Like, you can't just buy a new one.
Right.
I mean, you can. It'd probably be cheaper, but I'm not going to do that.
No, but I think, I think it's a good thing to do.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I like the book so far. It's definitely not what I was expecting. All I knew was a love story, and I mean, it is, but like, wow, it really...
When is it set? Is it set in
It's like during the Civil War.
Okay.
So, like, it starts, like, right when the Civil War is beginning, and then, like, now we're in the years after the Civil War with, like, the carpetbaggers and stuff. But I don't really know history that well, so I feel like I'm learning a lot.
Yeah, I feel like we should have read more historical fiction. I think you can really learn a lot that way.
I totally agree.
The only historical fiction I remember reading is The Diary of a Young Girl. And Number the Stars. Well, I mean, I guess Anne Frank isn't historical fiction. That's just nonfiction, right?
Yeah.
It's a diary.
Yeah.
But Number the Stars was a historical fiction. And that was a Holocaust thing, too.
Yeah, I never read that one.
But yeah, that's like all and Johnny Tremaine. Remember Johnny Tremaine?
How could I forget Johnny Tremaine? I never liked it.
Yeah, I never did either. But, And then we all thought it was ridiculous how our 7th grade English teacher had us listen to a recording of the book as we followed along in our books. I'm like, wow, this is so elementary. I'm not in like 5th grade. And then when we were seniors in high school, we dropped out of the AP English class. We were in regular English, and our teacher had us listen to an audio recording of Frankenstein as we all opened our books and followed along. And I'm like, what? Are we in 7th grade again?
I could not believe we did that. Like, that was crazy.
I know. I'm like, wow, this is really setting the bar low.
I was like, we're seniors in high school. Like, we should be able to just do this as our homework. But, I mean, granted, like, with the class we had, it's like, they couldn't trust.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't read it.
Yeah. So, like, I understand, but at the same time, like, I don't know. We should have been able to handle it.
I was just shocked.
Yeah.
But, anyways, so what were you going to ask about for herbs?
Or no, I wasn't going to ask, I was going to tell.
Show and tell.
Yeah, so I went to the local co-op store because I passed by on a walk like a couple weeks ago, and I saw that they had all these like herbs and stuff. I was like, oh good, I can just buy my herbs from there. So today after working, I walked there, and wouldn't you know it, they didn't really have any herbs. They had vegetables and flowers. So I was like, okay, well, that's fine, but I just need to find out where to buy herbs. So I found out that there's actually like a local store that's like maybe a mile away. So I'm going to walk there. I'm going to buy actual herbs. They have like online a list of herbs that they have. So I'm like, good, they have things I want. So I'm very excited. Yeah. And also I found online, because I was a little concerned about growing things, because I was like, well, I don't really have like soil to like put in once I plant them. Like, And I was like, how are they going to get nutrients? And so I saw there's like these things you can buy online that like you just kind of put them in the soil and then like, I don't know, eventually they dissolve and break down and then they can take it up by the roots. So I'm going to do that. I'm excited about that too.
Are you going to put them all kind of in a tray so that any water can collect?
Yeah. So right now I have like this, it's like a long container. And then in it, I have like individual, like, you know, those plastic little baby pot things that have holes in the bottom. So I figured that setup will work.
Yeah.
I've seen some like really pretty ones online where like all their herbs are like together in one thing. But then I was like, but how could I even get that to drain? Because like I'm in an apartment. I don't want to make a mess. And I don't have like a container big enough to like. So it's not going to be a very pretty setup, but it's going to get the job done, I think.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So what herbs are you going to growing again?
So I'm planning to do basil and hopefully cilantro. The place, it wasn't clear to me if they had cilantro.
Well, let me know because our farmer's market has cilantro.
Okay. Cause, I mean, my farmer's market's going to start up in June and they might have it too. And I'm planning to do like chamomile and maybe like a lemony mint kind of thing. There's another, they have, I don't know how to say this word. It's like that sweetener that comes from a plant. What's it called? Stevia, however you say it.
Oh, stevia, yeah.
It is stevia. So I'm going to try planting that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was originally thinking about getting all my plants and vegetables, my vegetables and herbs. I was thinking about getting those this week at the farmer's market, but with like the frost we've had this week, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to postpone it until next weekend. But I'm thinking this weekend I'm going to move all of the dirt that's currently sitting in my driveway and move it to the back garden beds. And then I'm also thinking about weeding the front garden bed, getting all that stupid garlic out of the way. Lots of yard work for this weekend, I'm thinking, but I'm excited because I was also thinking about fixing or like planting new plants in the front. Because like the ones we have, they're just all so ugly. And we're thinking about putting like a little retaining wall in, making it all pretty looking. Like, you just wait. Our house is gonna be so unrecognizable. At least the yard. And we're thinking about planting rhododendrons in the back.
Okay. That'd be really nice.
I know.
I love rhododendrons.
Because we have just like a really blank spot and it's just like, I don't know. It's lackluster and I mean, it's the very back of the yard. So like nobody ever goes back there, but still it's like an eyesore. So yeah, we're planning on putting rhododendrons back there too. This is, since we can't travel, this is the year of landscaping.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I want to draw up. So like at work, we use MicroStation for, I'm telling our viewers.
Yeah.
But I guess you never use MicroStation, do you?
I don't, no.
Yeah. So we use MicroStation.
I've opened up a file on there once. That was it.
Okay. So we use MicroStation. A lot of people are like, oh, MicroStation is not as good as like Revit or AutoCAD or whatever, but that's what we use. So I got a free trial from LinkedIn Learning to try like a course for, to have access for a month for free. So I'm like, okay, cool. Because I knew that they had MicroStation training. Because I just felt like okay at it. And I still wouldn't call myself an expert by any means, but I'm definitely better than what I was maybe a month ago. So yeah, I've been kind of like sprinkling that in during my work schedule. And so what I want to do with it, besides work purposes, but I was thinking maybe like sometime on a rainy day or something, I might measure our kitchen out and draw it in MicroStation.
Oh, that'd be good practice.
Because it's good practice, but then also I can try and think about what I want to do with my kitchen. And maybe that'll be, if travel is still postponed next year, maybe next year will be the year of the kitchen remodel.
Yeah, that'd work. That'd be really exciting.
It would. But I don't know. Because we were supposed to do it last year, and then we postponed it to this year, and then we haven't done anything this year, so it's not happening this year for sure.
Yeah, I was looking at totally like kind of off topic. Because as you know, most weekends I'll like look on Zillow and look at houses in the area. Mm-hmm. There was a house that like I really liked it. It was definitely like it had work to be done on it kind of thing. But like it was definitely move-in ready still. But like there were things I wanted to update and like improve, and I was all excited. And then,
well, I'm going to tell you, just reading Under the Tuscan Sun, it does make you want to do things because they're like, oh, we're redoing this, we're redoing that, because their house was like in horrible shape when they bought it.
I see.
So it's kind of inspired me. Been like Rice, you got to do some work around your house because you're lazy and your house needs work to be done.
Yeah, this house though, like. It wasn't exactly where I wanted it to be because I know they say when you buy a house, it's all about the location, whatever. But like it was in like a nice enough area, but and I would be able to take the train in to work. So, because my ultimate scheme is for me and Argus to just have like one main car, but then like have a backup car kind of thing, where like. We only really use one car, but we do have another one, in case something happens.
So I am going to say something I've been thinking about as far as the train goes is that depending on how all this coronavirus thing goes, like, you're not going to want to take the train.
No, that's true. Not immediately after.
Yeah, but say they don't come up with a vaccine and I don't know. You just don't know how this is going to go. Don't buy a house too soon.
No, but the thing is, they say that, like, the housing market's going to crash. Like, everything is crashing. So I'm like, well, maybe we're going to... Because we had originally said that we wouldn't buy a house for, like, another year or two or something. I guess maybe more like at, like 2 or 3 years. Because Argus said, like, oh, well, he wants to work some, like, more and, so we can put down a bigger down payment and stuff.
I feel like you guys already have a lot saved up.
We do, but what if we had more? So yeah, we're just kind of like thinking about waiting, but then like hearing about how like, maybe houses are going to be cheaper soon. We're like, well, maybe we'll be buying a house sooner than what we had planned. So we're just keeping our options open.
Yeah. Well, I told you my one friend, she just bought a house.
Yeah.
And because I wasn't sure if it was like closer to work or closer to where her parents lived. So it's apparently like 2 doors down from her parents. But she said like it's really great because then like her mom, she works nights. So during the work day, she can go over and let the dogs out if they have to go out. And then like she'll be closer to all her family and stuff. So she's but her house, she got like a big grant for it because a lot of work needs to be done on it.
Okay, nice.
And I mean, like she could tell you more. I don't remember all the details, but yeah, she needed to have a contractor sign off and be like, this is how much it is going to cost to renovate it to be like livable kind of thing. But yeah, so she's having a lot of work done on it before she moves in, but that all works out because she's just staying at her parents' house.
Right. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. But I was going to say... I thought I was going to say something about houses, but now I can't think of it. Oh, well. Well, I'm going to tell you about my latest obsession.
Oh, an obsession? That sounds extreme.
As far as research goes.
Okay.
So, in my podcast, I've been learning a lot. I mean, because I listen to some health podcasts, I listen to some travel, I listen to some money. So this one is about the health one. And so they were really like singing the praises of probiotic foods. Probiotics. Gut health,
Yeah.
So I looked into like which foods are all the probiotics and stuff. And I mean, I knew like sauerkraut and kimchi and pickled foods. So I got pickled carrots from the farmer's market. unfortunately, I didn't realize until after I'd already been talking to the guy for a while that they were hot water bath canned, which means that all the probiotics were killed.
Oh, no.
But I had been talking to him for so long that I'm like, I can't not buy them now.
Yeah.
So I just bought them, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like them. So.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, because I found out that you can. We Was Kings is here.
Oh,
it says,
hi,
what up, Twin
Kings.
Gang? Hi, Kings.
Hi.
We're just talking about some fermented foods here.
Well, you are. So, I don't really. I feel like I've never had a fermented food.
Oh no, I'm sure you. Well, yogurt is.
Oh, okay, well, I guess you're right.
Because anyways, the articles I've been reading and the podcasts I've been listening to, they've been saying, oh yeah, Americans, they only do yogurt, but there's so many more fermented foods that are really good for your gut health. So, so this is where I was going.
I see.
And I'm like not interested in sauerkraut, not interested in pickles, because the thing is, you can ferment your own pickles to make sure that they have all the probiotics in them. King says sauerkraut the goat. Sauerkraut the goat.
Oh, it's like an acronym for something. I don't know it.
Oh, I don't know what it is either.
I should though.
So sauerkraut, kimchi, and so I thought like carrots were the one that I was like, maybe I would like carrots. But yeah, this the ones I bought at the farmer's market, greatest of all time. Really? You like sauerkraut?
I'm not a fan of sauerkraut.
Bah. Argus says bah. So what other things were there? Oh, kombucha, which I had bought once.
Yeah.
I bought once, and Sea Tiger and I were like, not really. Oh, Argus says sorry. Bah. Yes. Bah is right. Kombucha. I was okay with it. Sea Tiger absolutely hated it. Because I had put it on our grocery list. I'm like, oh, maybe you can pick up some kombucha because if I like it, then maybe I will commit and make it myself. But he refused to buy it. But the other option I had was kefir, which we have bought kefir in the past.
I have given out
as samples. And I was like, you know what? And we had some last night, and I was like, you know what? I like kefir enough that I'm willing to make it myself. So I looked into how to make kefir. And let me tell you, it looks like a lot of work. Okay. And don't worry, I'm not going to do this. So basically, you buy these kefir grains. And they're like a mix of like yeast and bacteria. And it looks curdly. Like think of cottage cheese.
Yeah.
So that's what it looks like, kind of. And you add 4 cups of milk to it, and then you wait a day, and then magic. It's kefir. But then you have to strain the cottage cheesy bits out.
Yeah.
And then you add in 4 more cups of milk, and then you let it sit, and then bam, you have 4 more cups of kefir. And so this whole thing, you have to feed it 4 cups of milk every single day.
Oh
and
my gosh.
And then you have 4 cups of kefir, and it's like, what are you going to do with it? Like, for just a 2-person household, I'm like, I don't see how this is plausible.
Yeah.
They said that you can reduce it to, I think, 2 cups. But the thing is, they say that like for your kombucha grains to be happy, they need to be at the 4-cup thing for 3 weeks. And I'm like, holy cow. There's no way this is going to happen. I'm like, maybe if Cookie and Dr. Waffle lived right next door, Cookie, Argus, and Dr. Waffle, like if they all lived in the neighborhood and we were sharing the kombucha the kefir with everybody, like maybe 2 cups could work. But 2 cups is still a lot for every day. Yeah. So I was like, okay, this isn't going to work. But the other option they have is that you can buy, it's a powder, and it's from the same like culture, like this cultured company. They do like sourdough starts, they do kombucha, they do a whole bunch of other things. They do like feta cheese if you wanted to make feta cheese. because you need different kinds of yeast and bacteria and whatever. So, so anyway, so they have a powder that you can buy, and so the powder is good. So it says you can get 2 to 7 uses out of each packet. And so with each packet, you're still going to put in 4 cups of milk. But then at the end, instead of straining it, you're going to save either, I don't remember if it's a 1/4 cup or 1/2 cup, but that's then your starter for the next batch. So you're still going to be making 4 cups at a time, but there's an end date instead of forever.
Yeah.
Because basically the kefir grains are like, you know, you're keeping it alive. And they were saying like it likes the temperature between 68 and 82. Like it doesn't like to get too hot. It doesn't like to get too cold. It likes dark places.
Oh my God.
So you just have to really be mindful of it. And if you're ever going on vacation or out of town or something, you need to either take it with you or leave it with someone you trust.
You're not going to take it with you though.
And I'm like, I just can't see this possibly working out for me. So, yeah, so I decided that, so I bought the powder.
Okay.
You get 4 packets of it.
So you're going to try making it?
Mm-hmm. And then you can make it flavored by after it's done culturing, then you can just throw it in a blender with say you want to do blueberries. Throw in blueberries, maybe if you want a little sweeter, like a little maple syrup or a little honey, blend it up, and then bam, you got your flavored kefir.
Okay.
So I'm pretty excited.
Good luck to you.
It's definitely going to be an adventure, but that's been my latest obsession. It's been
I see. Just doing lots of research on kefir.
Yeah, because I'm like, what the heck? You never saw Santa Clarita Diet, did you?
No, I watched the first, maybe both seasons with you at your house.
Oh, did you watch the full seasons?
I think so.
No, I think we watched the first 2 episodes here. I think you might have watched the rest at home.
I think we watched it all with you.
Really? Well, so for some reason, these little kefir grains is what they're called. Oh, Argus says we watched a bunch at your house, at least a season. Okay. I don't remember, I guess. But the kefir grains, the cottage cheesy bits, for some reason it reminds me of the thing she throws up, that stone, the rock thing.
Ew, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, not that they're the same at all, but for some reason that was just going in my head. I'm like, this is the same.
Yeah.
Only, yeah, not, but yeah, so I'll let you know how the kefir goes. I'm really excited.
I think it just sounds like a huge headache, but good luck to you. I hope it turns out.
King says that kefir is decent. Yeah, I like it. So that's what I've been up to.
It's a new adventure, yeah.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Because I think it's really the only kind of probiotic foods that I would like besides yogurt. But that's because it's basically drinkable yogurt, so,
Yeah. I want to tell you, because every week me and Argus watch a movie.
Oh, yeah.
So this week was my pick. So I chose Pride and Prejudice, the one with Keira Knightley.
Oh, okay. I was going to say the one with Keira Knightley.
Yeah. And so, he didn't care about it at all. He was grading or something while it was on. And I was like, that's fine. So the thing is, after, because I had only seen the movie once before when I was a freshman in college. And I feel like I don't think Keira Knightley is a good pick for that role.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean...
because she's supposed to be ugly, right?
No, she's not supposed to be ugly. She's supposed to be fine looking. But, I just feel like... I don't know, the way that... I don't know.
You read the book, didn't you?
Yeah, I read the book, and I've seen the mini-series.
Right.
So the thing is, I think it's just because I've seen the mini-series, which, does everything so well. And then seeing the movie where, the movie has to condense everything instead of having it be, a 6-hour-long thing. I don't know. I feel like I've just been spoiled by the miniseries. I still enjoyed the movie, but I don't know. It just wasn't as good.
Maybe I should rewatch the miniseries and the movie. I've only seen each of them once.
You should. I mean, the miniseries, for me, it's
But I've also never read the book either.
You should read it. Just, it's not even a long book. I think maybe it's like 300 or 400 pages.
Oh, that's a breeze compared to the 600-pager.
So it's not long, and I mean, honestly, like, as far as the miniseries go, like, it's not, like, exciting, really. Like, not that much happens in every episode.
I mean, I watched it.
Yeah. But I feel like just watching it, though, like, it's delightful. That's the only way, that's the only word you can, like, use to describe it. And I feel like the movie was not delightful. Like, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't, like, I wanted the, like,
gotcha.
the charming experience.
Can you watch the miniseries on any of the streaming sites?
It was on Amazon Prime for a little while. But me and Argus have it. We can share our Plex account information with you and you can watch it.
Okay. We watched a movie too.
What did you watch?
I'm trying to think. What did we watch? Because Romancing the Stone was the week before. What? We watched Notting Hill, which has Hugh Grant. Thank you. I couldn't think of what his name was. I was going to say Patrick Dempsey. I'm like, no, that's not right. It has Hugh Grant and Julia Roberts in it.
Okay.
And so basically she's this famous movie star, and he is like this poor guy living in Notting Hill in England. And apparently Notting Hill, like, really is like a very culturally diverse neighborhood, but in the movie it's like mostly white people.
Yeah. Wow.
So they got that wrong. But yeah, so that's what we watched, and it was cute. I liked it. And it was an older movie too, like probably the 90s.
Okay, yeah.
My guess. Manglaris is here. Hey, Rice and Cooks, what's up? You're
not
cooks
much.
now.
Yeah, we're just
not
saying,
too much.
Same old, mostly.
Catching up on movies that we watch because it's the only thing we do besides looking up Kiefers.
Yeah, no, I don't. To be clear, it's only Rice looking up the Kiefer stuff. It sounds like way too much work, and I just would never even entertain the thought.
No, but the powdered stuff that I'm getting is totally doable.
Okay.
Because max it's going to last a week.
All right.
Which would still be a lot. And Argus says way too much work.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, the grains would be way too much work. Because, like, you hear about people obsessing about their sourdough starters. It's like, oh, I gotta keep my sourdough starter alive. Like,
yeah.
This is the drink equivalent.
Yeah.
Oh, Megler says, oh, shoot, groceries got here. BRB.
Yeah.
Ah, groceries.
Yeah, Megler gets his groceries delivered.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is way more common these days with coronavirus stuff.
Yeah. And Argus says, Cookie who spent hours looking at fabric.
Oh, I know. So the thing is, because for the quilt, so not only was I looking to buy, I was buying, looking to buy equipment, like I said, the cutting mat and the rotary cutter. So I was looking at that, but then also I bought fabric. And so the fabric is like, so I'm like, you know, organic everything. So I had to buy organic fabric, naturally. And so of course it's gonna be more expensive. There's also fewer options, but I wanted to buy something that was gonna be like cute for, you know, the baby blanket. For our older sister, not either of us. Hey, Desso. Yeah, so I spent a long time looking at fabric and sewing. That's all I did yesterday was just look at sewing supplies online and looking where I could buy them cheapest, like between eBay, Amazon, what's that one store? I'm like Joanne Fabrics. Marshalls? Is that the other one that's like crafty?
Yeah, Marshalls is craft.
Yeah.
So I feel like they don't do as much fabric. I feel like they do more like other crafts.
Right. I mean, I was looking at their cutting mat and the like rotary cutter and stuff because they have things like that. But yeah, they don't really have fabric, I don't think.
You know, maybe what I should do, besides a potential crocheted hat,
yeah,
is maybe I should just make, because she's due in November, so maybe I'll just make a boatload of applesauce and a whole bunch of other canned things and be like, here.
I think she would love that.
Yeah, well, see, if I was really good or really dedicated, I would buy a pressure canner and then I could can like actual meals for them, so then they wouldn't have to cook as much.
Yeah, but they have to like buy a pressure canner.
I know. I was thinking about doing it anyways, though, but they're expensive. At least the kind I want is expensive. Was it McLaris or was? Because someone was talking about the pressure canner that they have, but it's one of the ones with the dial, and I want one of the ones with like the clamps.
I see.
So it's more. It's like 200 something.
That's a lot of money.
I mean, which I'm not really spending money on anything else right now, so I suppose I could, but.
That's true. Yeah, you know, the worst part is
I'm still going to wait.
I just said how I spent all that time yesterday just looking at the sewing supplies. I never even bought anything, so I'm like, this is all so expensive. I better just wait, and maybe it'll somehow be cheaper in the future.
That's all right.
That's the worst, though. Like, to me, it's like if I don't, like, finish by just buying something, then it's like, okay, then that means it's another full day in the future that I'm going to spend researching. It's like, you know, I would rather just get it over with.
Well, that was when I was looking into all the kefir stuff, because I saw the grains. Though actually the grains were out of stock, because I guess everybody has it in their mind that they're going to make kefir with the grains right now.
Okay.
But the powder was not out of stock, and that was the one I was more interested in anyway. So I decided to just be like, yep, I'm buying it. But it wasn't too expensive. It was like $11.
Okay.
And then shipping.
That's not too bad.
And shipping was like an extra $5. And I was really mad because I saw that after I bought it, they had a free shipping like coupon code for first time buyers. And I'm like, darn it. Like, and I sent them a message because it said, oh, do you have a concern or question? Like, contact us. But I haven't heard anything back yet because I'm like, hey, can I get the discount even though I already put my order in? Like, can I cancel it and do a new one?
Oh, yeah, so that's just like too much work. I don't know.
It's not too much work. It saves $5. So hopefully they can do that for me. But I'm excited. I'm very excited. In case you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I will make a whole bunch of canned stuff for her.
Yeah, I think she'll really like that.
Yeah. I'll give her like a whole spectrum of everything I make.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you always make more than one can. So it's like, you know, I can give her a little bit of everything, a little sampler.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Mother's Day, we did a virtual call with our parents for, you know, it said, Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked to her after briefly because I just had a quick question. And she said that she was so excited about all the chocolates and the popcorn and stuff. She's like, oh, you guys just know me so well.
That's so good.
Because we had sent a box of assorted chocolates. We sent sponge candy, cheddar popcorn, and coffee. So that was what she got to open up on Mother's Day.
Yeah. You know, I was even thinking about sending a package like that to my godmother, our aunt.
Oh.
Since she's like a nurse and granted, she works in like the neonatal department. Mm-hmm. Is it a department?
It's the NICU.
Okay.
So the neonatal ICU.
Yeah. So I was thinking about sending her one, but I was like, is that like too much? I was like, I don't know. Because I had said a while ago how, like, well, because I'd written letters to everybody except you because I talk to you weekly. But I sent letters to everyone else in the family. And so Then I
did you send a letter to her?
Well, so that's the thing. I didn't, but I talked to our mom pretty shortly after I had sent the letters. And she's like, "Oh, you know what? You should send one to your godmother." Just saying, because I had said like how good for our aunt, being a nurse and doing important work. Not that like our work's not important, but like in comparison, like she does important work. So
hey, I'm saving lives with my safety improvements to the roads.
True.
But it's not just me. It's, team effort.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was going to send her a card or letter, but I never got around to it. And I was like, maybe I should just send her a package. Like, she's from Buffalo. I'm sure she would like some sponge candy.
Yeah.
So, just thinking about it. I probably should.
Maybe I should send something to my godmother.
She would probably really like that. I think about her sometimes because she's like so into like the fostering dogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That because I've been watching the past couple days. I've been watching Kittens while I'm working. Like,
oh my gosh, I watched Kittens today.
Aren't they so cute?
Oh my! One of them was like biting the other one's head. And
I saw that.
This kitten is a bully.
I know. I was like, that's pretty
bad for the other one.
Do you see that the mom went over like when the kittens were napping and she just lick all their faces to like groom them?
No, I didn't notice that.
I was like, they're trying to sleep. Leave them alone.
But I was so mad at that one kitten. I'm like, you are such a bully. Like, let the other one just be.
I know. I thought the same thing.
But I was actually watching horses for most of the day, so I switched it to kittens at one point because the horse's camera got blurry.
I see, yeah.
So and I saw that the kittens were looking cute, so I was like, I'll look at the kittens.
They were looking really cute today. I had watched, there was a different, like, kitten stream that I had watched on another day. And that one, like, it was different because it's like a big cat rescue place, but then they also have like kittens as, I don't know, a side thing. And the very first time I watched that stream, like someone came and they just took the kittens away, and I'm like, where did the kittens go? Like, I saw the people come and then the kittens were gone, and so I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm not gonna watch that one again today.
Yeah.
Because then they start showing just the highlights, and then like they just keep showing the same clip over and over again. It's like, I want to see some new stuff.
Right.
But
well, I'm gonna ask everyone watching if anybody responds. We'll see. But has anybody done anything like watch any interesting movies or TV shows, or maybe like gone really into research on something like kefir or
or fabric or
any updates from anybody? Anyone want to share?
Yeah,
show and tell.
You know what?
Actually, Cookie, I learned how to braid my hair into 2 braids. That's the style I'm sporting today.
I see. Nice. Yeah, I was thinking I want to teach myself how to do fishtail braids.
Oh.
On myself. Yeah. But I haven't gotten around to it yet because I keep forgetting. But I was going to say that as far as show and tell goes, there was one time in 1st grade where it was show and tell time, and there was a stupid boy in my class, and he told the same story every single time. And I think he made it up because it was about how like one time he was swimming in the ocean with like some dolphins or something, and then a shark came and it was like gonna kill him, and then the dolphins like saved him or something. And I'm like, you totally made up that story. But I swear he said it all the time, and whenever we talk about show and tell, like me and Argus, sometimes show and tell just comes up randomly. I always tell him how that boy made that story up.
Interesting. Well, Cultish has a story that's totally not made up. Because he says, I watched Monsters, Inc. again the other day. Hadn't seen it in years. I haven't seen it in years either, but sounds kind of good. Maybe I should. Yeah, because we saw it in theaters, didn't we?
I think we did, yeah.
Yeah, but it's cute. Because, like, Boo and Sully. What a cute team.
Mm-hmm.
Blossom says I should rewatch WALL-E.
I know. I was supposed to watch it for Earth Day, and then I never got around to it.
I was going to watch one of the Disney nature movies, and I never did.
Yeah.
I've only seen WALL-E once.
You should give it another chance.
I probably should. I wasn't a huge fan, so I just, I was one and done, but maybe I'll give it another chance. Argus says that was maybe the best
segue on the stream ever.
Is that how you spell segue?
I think so.
What segue did we do? Oh, the segue I did? About how Culture's story was totally not a lie, like your kids.
I know.
Because that's so believable. But yeah, Monsters Inc. It's a good one.
What? That's all they did? I'm sorry. I thought that item was going to do something different, and it totally didn't. I'm shocked. That's a shame. Okay, sorry.
Argus said, yeah, usually we get the totally unrelated, but...
I know. I say that all the time in regular life, everyday life too.
Well, I do too, because I'm usually thinking about something completely different, and I'm like, oh wait, I got something to say, but it's not related to what you're talking about.
Right, yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch one of the Disney nature movies this week or weekend. But I know Saturday's supposed to be nice.
Okay. Yeah, I was wondering what the weather was supposed to be like, because on Saturday I'm planning to go get those herbs I was talking about. And then I'm also going to go buy myself some more yogurt from that dairy store.
All right.
Yeah.
And Blossom says, give it a few years, Rice will be the master segwayer.
Yeah.
Yes, the master segwayer. Oh, yeah, you can spell Blossom. I knew what you were saying. Yeah, I'll work on it. Have you been playing your ukulele, Cookie?
I have. Still working on that whole different strum thing, And kudos to Argus, because I keep playing the same song over and over and over again, and he doesn't seem to mind. So that's nice.
Oh, piano, I play like the same songs over and over again too. But I guess you're playing the same song, right?
Only the one song, yes.
Yeah, I was hoping to practice yesterday or today, and I never got around to it. But I did practice a couple times over the weekend, because I have my lesson tomorrow. And I already postponed it a week. But I just wanted to make sure I was ready for it, and now I think I am ready, but I still kind of wish I had practiced earlier this week.
Yeah. But
I mean, I'm still getting better, I think. Argus says it's different every time how you play it.
Oh, well. That's true. Sometimes I mess up. Well, actually, every single time I mess up. Yeah. I thought, what level do I promote in this game? I thought I was once you get to level 10, but I keep getting more experience? I don't know. It's important that I find that out, though.
Is anyone in our chat trying to learn a new skill? Either an instrument, a language. I was trying to learn French for a while, but once we hit quarantine, I completely stopped. Maybe it's because I was self-conscious, subconsciously, with Sea Tiger being able to hear me pronounce things badly. Argus says you're able to promote at level 10, but you need to use a promotion item to do so. And your level caps out at 20.
No, but Argus... Shouldn't I, because I have people that are, level 10 now, so shouldn't I be promoting them?
You need an item.
I know, and that's the thing is I thought I had one of those items, but then it just gave me a defense boost. It didn't really do what I thought it was going to do.
Maybe that's what they do.
It's kind of like a big deal. It's like when your Pokemon evolve,
And Argus says you want to level them all the way up to 20 before promoting. There'll probably be a bit before you get any of the promotional items.
I see. Okay.
And Kulchish says that he's been playing around with the Amethyst game engine, but no real progress. So what is that? Is that like a way to build your own game? Have you heard of Amethyst game engine, Cookie?
I have not.
Is it a software thing? Because, I mean, I don't really know much about software, but that's pretty cool if that's what you've been working on. Yeah, because I've been trying to do piano, and then for work I was doing that microstation training, but I think, like, I went through the course, and it was like a beginner course, so she didn't cover everything.
Yeah.
But I feel like I know it well enough that it's like, good enough for what my purposes are.
Right.
So I think I'm going to stop. But I do feel a lot better with it.
That's good. Yeah. As far as like for me learning things, I mean, so I looked up all that fabric and like quilting tools. Looked into that a lot. I've been doing ukulele. And then I guess that's kind of it. Well, I guess I've been looking at herbs and stuff too.
Right.
And
so Manjaro or Manjaro? Is it like a Spanish pronunciation? Says, hello, playing the best game ever? Yeah, we are. I don't know if it's the best game, but I've never played it. Cookie's playing. I am just...
Yes. And I've never played this one, but I've played 2 other Fire Emblems.
Oh, and okay, so Manjaro says it's the English way. Got it.
Yeah.
And asks if we're talking about Linux. No, we're talking about Amethyst game engine. So Culture says it's software, but it's only libraries. There's no UI or anything. You just can write code that uses it.
Okay. Sounds like...
What is UI? Is that a silly question?
Isn't it like universal something? Like, it's like a universal language, right? No! Argus is making that beeping again.
Oh, Argus says user interface.
Okay.
And Manjaro says...
it did that while I was working,
Amethyst
too.
Unreal Engine 5 news just came out.
It did stop on its own. But then I restarted
it's cast. Manjaro is cast,
Bonnie.
Bonnie.
It work? Sorry, computer's beeping. We don't know what it means.
No, it's not the computer. It's
The power strip.
Which means
The power strip is beeping?
The stream might go down, everyone. We'll see.
Manjaro says time to install Linux.